Welcome in. This is Coach's Corner Week 3. We're down in Durant High School talking to girls basketball coach Tony Newman. Coach, welcome in.
Thanks.
Another week. We got games to talk about. So, game here at home against North Cedar last Friday at West Liberty. So let's start with North Cedar. 1 point game, 40-39 loss. And you guys, when you play North Cedar, it's slug them out fest. It seems like
This is probably our highest scoring between the two of us. Usually it's pretty ugly basketball. We got down pretty early against North Cedar, battled back really in that second half. Had a lead for a little bit. It was tied with a minute to play, and we took a shot a little bit too early. They got the rebound, had to foul, and we couldn't get anything to go afterwards. Wasn't enough time.
Now, this game, you guys started out with 12 points in the first quarter. I believe that's a season high to this point. I know last week you kind of mentioned, hey, we need to get off to a better start.
Right. We did a much better start. Unfortunately, they started better than we did. That was probably one of our best starts of the year, but we gave up way too many easy baskets. We had some defensive breakdowns that just allowed them to get some easy looks at the basket that eventually cost us the game.
Now, they like to come out early and pound it inside. They have two pretty good post players in Olivia Toole and Allison Jensen. Were you game planning for that?
Yes, we worked quite a bit on Monday night, just having our post defense help out front, try to deny as much as we could. And actually, Ashlyn Kessler and Emma Engsler did an outstanding job defending those girls all night. I don't know how they were compared to their averages, but we made a lot of things happen defensively later in the game that brought us back into it.
North Cedar came in with a little bit of a confidence, in my opinion, boost. They have dropped a 2-point game at home to Mount Vernon. Now, Mount Vernon's a different team than in the past, but they have their program's going pretty good, and they also have an 8-point loss at home to Regina. Regina's multiple-time defending champs in the conference of some sort or another. So, they have a couple wins.
Especially with a new coach, new system, they really are playing good basketball to start the season. Their win-loss record may not be where it wanted it to be, but you look at their scores and they're tight every night so far. That it's a different team than what it was a few years ago, where if they lose a bunch of tight games, they may have folded. When we got up 35-32, I thought, okay, we just get another basket, maybe we can get them to fold, but they were resilient. They kept fighting to that final buzzer.
For a while there in the second quarter, it did seem like a traditional matchup between you guys. It seemed like the score was kind of low. A lot of those points came toward the end of the second quarter going into halftime.
Right. We just kind of get a little surge there before half, try to get a little momentum going. It carried us over to the second half, but again, we just had too many defensive breakdowns to pull out the victory.
Were you happy with your defensive effort in the third quarter? After halftime, you outscored them 14-4. They weren't not shooting.
Right. Yeah, we did a pretty solid job of hitting the boards and making them take a little more contested, faraway shots. Just like I said, we just kind of didn't do enough to finish.
As far as points go, Sydney led you guys with 11 points. Janny had 10. Ashlyn Kessler, season high so far, 8 points. Paige had 5. Paige Compton.
Right.
Ashley Williams had 3, and Kristen Portsman had 2. He also had a couple other players play, but did not score. Emma didn't score, but had a huge night defensively. Jacqueline Rolfs also got some time in. Courtney Rolfs also was in there. So, going deep in the bench helps too.
Yeah, we were able to go about 8 deep in a consistent 8 deep. Years past, we've kind of gone 8, and let's see how those 7 and 8 go. But I told the girls, we're a solid 8 any night, but some nights we're a solid 12. And we can be a solid 12 deep. That'll help us in the long run, give some rest to some of those girls that aren't used to coming off the floor to kind of surge to finish a game once.
There's a difference between trying to buy time until
right
versus quality
right
having time. Because,
right.
If you're biding time, you're kind of gambling at that point. Well, is there going to be a run out or
right? In
or
the past, we've kind of subbed and say, okay, let's see how long we can maintain a lead or not get farther away until we sub back in. Now we can kind of actually give meaningful rest, and they just kind of rotate them in as needed.
Their high scorer was Allison Malaby with 13, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. She's been kind of a Durant killer in her career.
Yeah, she had a heck of a game, especially at the end. She really took care of the ball for them and got their offense going and kind of solidified their victory for them.
She had 3 offensive rebounds. They had 6 total offensive rebounds for the game. The thing for her that I remember was she got to the free throw line, and she was 3 of 6, but I bet that all 6 of those attempts were in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, most likely. We believe that's the girl we fouled at the end. She drove, and then I don't know, a couple people think, oh, it could have been a charge, could have been a block. Well, either way, I mean, she took the ball to the hole and got the call and hit the free throw to win, so she had a heck of a game.
Allison Jensen finished with 6 points, 7 rebounds. Toole finished with 5 points, 4 rebounds. So pretty respectable rebound totals. I would be fair to say that their point totals are lower than their averages, which only helps you guys.
Right. I mean, we really focused on minimizing their impact from their post players. And we're just too small of a team to give up a lot of points in the paint and try to win. So
does a game like this give you encouragement with your post play?
Yes.
Considering you're going to be, I mean, you got West Branch, you have Mid Prairie has some good one-on-one people in the post.
It definitely sparked us, and I think it sparked us into Friday's game too with Feldman. I think she's probably arguably the best post player in conference, maybe even the best player in conference. And for 3 quarters, we did a good job on her. She ended up getting 16 of her points in the fourth and overtime, but for the first 3 quarters, we definitely had some confidence at the post coming off of that North Cedar game.
Well, let's step aside. We'll come back and talk about that. So, yeah, I know it's a wild game from what I understand.
Yes.
So, we'll be back right after this.